Hey guys, Phil here, hope you're all well. What you're looking at in front of you is a faulty Nintendo GameCube. Now the problem with this GameCube is its optical pickup laser is failing. Now this GameCube belongs to a friend and he said it was fine, then it started gradually getting worse, which is a symptom of a failing laser, and now it just refuses to read discs, not just genuine discs but backup discs, because this has got a Xeno GC mod chip in it. So I'll show you it having problems. I've got Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 backup disc, pop that in there and we'll power on and you'll see it does actually boot the game. I can hear it struggling already, and there you go, it's crapped out, and you get this error message asking you to refer to the instruction booklet that came with the game. Now the GameCube, turn it off, the GameCube isn't like other consoles. When you've got a faulty laser in, say, a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2, it will continue to try and read the disc. But the GameCube has so many attempts at reading the disc, and then it will just crap out and pop up with that message that you saw on screen saying refer to the booklet that came with the game, and that booklet will just tell you to ring Nintendo. But yeah, what I thought I'd do today is we'll have a nice relaxing video where I just swap out the optical pickup laser in this GameCube. So if you stick around, I'll crack on with that. Okay, let's start getting inside this Nintendo GameCube. Now these are what's known as game bit screws, guys. So I've got my, you can see, I've got my game bit driver there, just to make sure I'm unscrewing. Yep, that's the right way. Yep. Oh, we got a spinner. We got a spinner. Yeah, that one's come out okay. And that one's come out, and that one's come out as well. But there's always one. See if I can. Yeah, you see those two have just fell out. Look. But there's always one. This one here is going to be a pain in the backside. So I'm going to have to do that manually. When you do it, is you just do it really slow. And I don't think this one's, yeah, I think it might be coming. So what I might have to do is pull on the case. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, there you go, that's it now. Pain in the backside when you blow out one of the screw mounts, but what can you do? Okay, take the lid off, and there we go, we're in like flint. And wow, okay, I thought this had a Xeno GC in it. It actually has a Pico boot. Not a problem, we can work around that. I think this actually does have a Xeno GC in there, because I'm sure I've shown this on my channel before. I think this is the one I did the mod to. That's a bit strange that the optical pickups failed that quick, because when I gave it to my friend it was perfectly fine. But hey ho, happens. Just surprised me, that's all. Okay, let's get the controller port removed, and see now, that was a great idea, using a quick connect, because you know I can remove it, poke it in. Well, how come this didn't boot to the menu? Is the this one it? No, it's there. Oh, he's took the memory card out. So yeah, he's probably just booting games from disk, and he's not using this side of the actual Pico boot, because you can do that. If you don't want Pico boot to boot, you just take the memory card out, and what he's probably doing is he's just booting the actual games from disk, which is, yeah, if he wants to do that, okay, fair enough. Okay, I'm just gonna magnetize the screwdriver bit. That should be good enough. Slot it into my electric screwdriver tool. We're still on remove, we are, and let's start taking out the 6 billion screws. Now that's the clutch slipping. There we go, and you can see the screw stayed with me. Come on. I think we got another spinner. We do. We got another spinner. Hate it when it does this. See, the problem is I think this GameCube's been in and out so many times that the screws, we're starting to lose the actual screws now. The screw holes are blowing out, so I'm just gonna take that out. I can leave the Pico boot in there. So what I need to do now is go around and remove all the screws. That is, you can already see there's one missing from here. So I mean about this tool, how quick it is. Oh, just got these to remove. Now I'll do those manually because obviously I don't want to blow those out. Come on. There we go. These are starting to go as well. So this GameCube, case-wise, is pretty much, Jesus, Go and get another screwdriver. Let's try this one instead. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Come on. Let's just sort that out. Come on, oh, grab it. There's always one in there. There's always one that makes you look a fool. Got you, little b****. And come on. Got you. Okay. Now, hopefully, it's all the screws removed, and we should be able to lift the block off. And what's stopping that? There you go. I was surprised with that, guys. I wasn't expecting that to be in there. But that's the optical pickup and the drive removed. Okay, now to actually get to the optical pickup laser, there's some more dismantling we have to do, and the first thing we have to do is turn it over, and we have to remove this back metal plate. So I'm gonna again do this manually because these screws are pretty small and I don't want to chew them up. I don't mind using my electric screwdriver on bigger screws, but with these, even though it's got a clutch, probably wouldn't damage them in any way. I just don't want to take that risk because you've seen this case already. Some of the screws in it are blown out, and the last thing I want to do is, you know, blow out any more screws. And I think this final one is here. Nope, there's another one, I've just seen it. And the final one is here. There we go. Should take out the back plate. It's a winner. And there you can see it does have a Xeno GC in it. First things first, what I need to do is get down to the optical pickup. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you can actually leave this board intact. You don't have to remove these connectors. There's some of them you do. So the first one that needs to come off is the lid sensor. That goes off to the lid sensor. You can see is the lid sensor. And the next one you need to remove is the actual optical pickup connector. It's simple, you just push that out and you can pull it out like that. Now what I need to do is remove this board. So there's a few screws I need to remove. Come on. Should be able to hopefully lift this board up. It'll be a bit of a pain to lift up, and there's a clip here that's stopping me lifting it up. There we go. Just got to get past that clip. So I should be able to swing it upwards like that. And there we go. We can move that to the side, and we don't have to remove or desolder that connection, because it can be a little bit of a pain. What I need to remove now is this metal shield that's just above the optical pickup. Now to do that, I'm going to turn it around and show you. There's a clip here, there's a clip here, and there's a clip on the other side as well, which is here and here, and I need to gently remove those clips so I can take this metal shield off. That's one off, and you can see it's coming up. I'll do the other one as well on this side. There we go. Now sometimes you can actually do it without taking the other clips off, but because I'm on camera this one's going to be a pain in the arse, and I need to get this clip just here. Oh, come on, I know you want to come off. There you go, that's that one. And this one here is the most painful one, because you have to get down the side like that, and come on, there you go. Pain in the backside. Okay, what I need to do now is actually get the optical block off, which is here, and there should be a couple of clips. There's one here, you can see just there. Now sometimes what you can do is you can push it. Yeah, you can. I've just done it on that one. I'll move this around. There should be another one on this side as well. Again, push it, and there we go. That's our optical block coming out. There should be another one at the front here as well. Again, push it, and that's it. That's the optical block removed. And now we're down to the optical pickup. Now before I fit the new laser, I just want to talk about where I get my optical pickups from. If I can get them from Z Labs, I'll get them from Z Labs. Generally because they really have some nice lasers in there for the GameCube. So if you're gonna get a replacement laser, get one from a really good seller, because you know, if you pick one up eBay, you have no idea where it's been and come from. It could be a pulled unit, you know, out of a unit that was faulty, and they just took it out and sold it as new. But with a decent seller like Z Labs, you know you're going to get decent quality. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is get this new optical pickup in the GameCube. Let's get this new optical pickup laser in the unit. First thing I want to do is come along and obviously remove the old optical pickup. Now you may be asking, why do I call it an optical pickup? That's because that's what it's called. When you use the term laser, that's actually the wrong term for the actual device. The reason it's called an optical pickup is it comes from the old gramophone days, where you had a stylus pickup, and when they invented the CD, they called it an optical pickup. So that's its proper name. But yeah, as you can see, the old one's out. Pretty easy, not too difficult. Okay, now what I need to do now is remove this little gear here. This can be a little bit tricky. The best way to do is just do it like that, grab it one side, pull it, and it will come out. What I need to do now is remove the sled rails. These are called sled rails. I'm going to grab the new one. Never grab an optical pickup by its PCB. Always grab it by, in this case, it's got a bit of metal, you can grab it by. Another tip as well, obviously don't put your fingers anywhere near the laser lens. And there's another thing I'm looking for. It's probably buried and you can't see it, but it's just here. Never touch the connector for the actual laser diode itself, because you can damage the laser diode. So I'm just going to pop that in there, pop that in there, and I'm going to put on the old connector, and that one's fell out, but I can always put it back in. So I'm just going to come along, slide that there, and slide that there, and that's it. That's in there now. And obviously I just need to put that back in there. So put it back in its housing. Now this can be a little bit of a tricky thing to do, because I've got to try and get it there and there. Almost there. There we go. Just move this. I can just lift that up, move that down a bit, and of course it pops out. It's a problem with having giant man hands, guys. But you can see we're in and we're sliding about nice. So that optical pickup's in there now. Not too difficult to do. I'd say it's a little bit more difficult to do than a PlayStation or something like that, but it's not crazy difficult. You can see remember, when you're screwing back into plastic, always go back and you'll hear the click. There, did you hear it? That means I'm in the groove of the original thread, and I'm just going to go down, because if you don't do that, what happens is you generate new threads. Okay, and that's the new optical pickup installed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some of my, just grab it out my drawer, should be somewhere. Yep, I'm going to get some of my really nice Futaba servo gear grease, and I'm going to re-grease these rails, these sled rails, for the optical pickup, and this thing should be good to go. So I'm just going to take it out. What I like to do is get a flat-headed screwdriver like that. You can see you've got a flat-headed screwdriver, and all I do is I just come along, put a little bit on there, and I'm just going to put some on that gear just there, and that will make it nice and lubed up, so we won't get any grindy noises. And I'm just going to turn that to the side, come along, put a little there, put a little there, and a little there, and move it down a bit because I want to try and get underneath it as well. Put some underneath. There we go, just wipe some underneath. Move it back up, same again. Wipe some underneath. That's that side done. Come along. Now this has already got some grease on it, you can see it. But can you see how it's turned yellow? That's the old grease. So I'm just going to go from the underside this time. It's always a good idea to re-grease the optical pickup when you put a new one in there, especially the sled rails. Just put a bit of new grease there, move it down a bit, and I can already hear this thing's moving really freely. And there we go, I'm going to get rid of that old one. And there we go, that's it, that's the new optical pickup fitted, re-greased the sled rails, and this thing is ready to go back in the GameCube. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get this all put back together. I'm not going to film that because it's just the opposite of taking it apart, right? I'm just filming the same thing, just play it in reverse. Right, so yeah, I'll get this back together and then we can get testing it. Now all I've done is I've loosely fit everything together. You can see there's no screws in anything. I've got my jeweler's loop and it's pushing the lid sense button down because obviously I can't hold the camera and hold that and do things at the same time. I need at least 4 ends. But yeah, let's give this a test. Let's power on, and I can see the optical pickup laser, and let's have a look, and there we go. It's working, guys. So we've got further than we did with that busted laser, and it's just moaning at me because I don't have a memory card. I've got the controller here so I can do things. I'll just get on with it and play the bleeding game, for Christ's sake. Yeah, that looks good to me. So yeah, I think we've got this GameCube up and running again, and you just know Nintendo are going to hit me with a strike. You just know it. But yeah, seems to be working. Great, guys. Now you may be asking why I'm using Star Wars Road Squadron. It's because it's FMV heavy, and you can see FMV playing in the background. So if you've got an issue with your optical pickup laser, you'll know straight away because this thing will be skipping like crazy. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off, because I really don't want a copyright strike from Nintendo, or is it Lucasfilm? It's Disney Lucasfilm now, isn't it? That owns Star Wars. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this all put back together, and then I can wrap up the video. And the final thing I want to do before I give it a final test is just give that laser lens a quick wipe with IPA, because obviously I've been working near it and it could have got dust on it or something else. So I'm just going to get some IPA on a cotton bud, and I'm just going to give that laser lens a little bit of a wipe. Now you don't want to go too crazy with it, guys. You don't want to be pushing on it too hard, because you can damage the focus and tracking coils of the actual optical pickup. So yeah, I'm just doing this really gently, and that should be good enough. All ready for final testing now. And as you can see, we're all back together. So let's give it a final test. Now I've changed games, guys. I've gone and got Resident Evil 0. The reason for that is because I can pretty much guarantee I'm going to get a copyright claim, not a strike, it's a claim in it. Because obviously I was using a Nintendo game, which was licensed by Lucasfilm, which is now owned by Disney. So you can pretty much guarantee I'm going to get a copyright claim on that Star Wars Road Squadron 2 game. So I'm going to put Resident Evil 0 in there. You can see it's a backup. It's power on, and hopefully it boots this thing, and you can see is the old failed optical pickup. And there we go. We got a bit of Resident Evil 0 playing this optical pickup. It's laser. It's pretty quiet, and I know why, because I greased those rails, those sled rails. I'll continue without memory card. You can see FMV perfectly fine. So yeah, there you go guys. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Winner, winner. Fixed. It's a pretty good version of Resident Evil, this. I wouldn't say it's better than Code Veronica, and that came out on the GameCube. But it's decent, it's alright. Catch you next time guys.